The research method used throughout this research study is known as meta-analysis. This research method involves gathering both qualitative and quantitative information and data from a range of academic journals, research papers and studies in order to formulate an answer to the research question with reinforced validity as the data and information have derived from a range of sources. There can be both advantages and disadvantages to all research methods, and no matter what method is being used, the researcher must always aim to ensure all actions and information gathered are valid, reliable and ethical in order to accurately present research findings. However, now we are going to discuss the benefits and drawbacks of using meta-analysis. There can be many advantages of using meta-analysis, such as through integrating a range of different studies, the researcher can increase their sample size and in turn the power and effectiveness in order to study the effects of the question. Meta-analysis also allows for easy and effective comparison in order to identify similarities and differences throughout various studies. Esteban Walker highlights that the amount of research being published throughout society today is astonishing, and many researchers and scholars, even those who are adequately experienced, are finding it difficult to ensure their knowledge surrounding specific subject areas such as outdoor learning remains current and up to date due to the ever-growing amount of research. Meta-analysis allows researchers to read academic journals and articles and identify research findings from a range of different studies within one article. However, although there are many advantages to this research method, there are also several disadvantages, such as it is the researcher's responsibility to select studies relevant to their research. Unfortunately, this can lead to publication and selection bias, which involves selecting studies and research which will reinforce the author's argument or stance. The availability of information can also be a problem faced by readers on meta-analysis research studies. As we have found in Crumpton and Sellers' study, although the authors have used a wide range of information and data gathered from a range of different studies, there is actually very little information about each study in the article.
We have found that completing research which is value-free and unbiased is technically correct. However, according to Howard Becker, research cannot be value-free because the researcher must have an interest in the topic in order to choose to carry. Throughout the What If course, we have found that there can be advantages and disadvantages of any research study and method used. We were also able to find correlations between the What If course and the sociology module through these findings. Throughout the reading we have completed for the What If course, we have found that completing research which is value-free and unbiased is technically correct. However, according to Howard Becker, research cannot be value-free because the researcher must have an interest in the topic in order to choose to carry out research in that field. This is a concept which can worry both readers and researchers.
Les Vygotsky. Learning in an outdoor environment is an eloquent illumination of Vygotsky's philosophy of learning scientific concepts, because presenting scientific concepts in the absence of their authentic context denies a child an opportunity for making complex connections and forming relationships about the concept to its environment so that generalization may occur. It can be suggested that children's learning environment should not only be indoors, but outdoors as well. Therefore, she urges that the children need the opportunity to explore their surroundings and to relate their scientific knowledge to all parts of their environment. Experiences on the school grounds are convenient and they can satisfy all of the following requirements. They can be continuous, qualitative if combined with classroom instruction, and extend through a student's entire school career. According to Harvey in 1989 to 1990, the school grounds makes an excellent environment for an outdoor classroom for all areas of the curriculum, not just science, and it is easily accessible on a daily basis. The school grounds are readily available, unlike field trips, which can be difficult to plan and coordinate. Opening the classroom door and stepping outside to the grounds surrounding the school can be just as effective of a learning tool as a field trip, but with less idle time spent getting to the intended destination. Martin in 2000 claims, the outdoor classroom allows children the opportunity to observe natural phenomena firsthand.
Created using Powtoon.